All right, so for question number 4, one thing again, if you do not like this as a fraction, remember that at any point in time you can rewrite this as a radical because that is what he is. So if you're like, I hate the fact that there's this 1/5 or this fraction in my exponent, go ahead and rewrite him and say this is x to the 5th root of y plus 4, or x equals the 5th root of y plus 4. That just may be easier for you to kind of see what the opposite of it is. Now again, in order to get rid of the 5th root, I first need to get rid of this 4 because I need to isolate this on that side. So we are going to subtract 4 from both sides. We're going to have x minus 4 equals the 5th root of y. Again, since we're dealing with a root, the opposite is the power, so we're going to use the power of 5. I'm going to make sure I put the entire left-hand side in parentheses and raise that to the 5th power. Since again, I don't like having my y over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to move him over to the left. Again, the 5th root and 5th power cancel, so I have y equals x minus 4 to the 5th power. This would be my answer for question number 4. Alright, again, the same thing's happening here for question number 5. If you don't like the fact that you have this 1/2, go ahead and rewrite him as a radical. So this is the square root of y plus 2 and then plus 3 on the outside. Again, in order to get rid of the square root, I first need to move this 3. So we're going to start off by subtracting 3 from both sides. So we have x minus 3 equals the square root of y plus 2. Again, to get rid of a square root, since it is a root, we're going to use his opposite of a power. He's a square root, so we're going to use a power of 2 or a square. And again, we're going to do that to both sides. So we're going to have x minus 3 squared equals y plus 2. Again, my square root and my square are canceling each other out. Now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Now be very careful. You cannot actually combine the -3 and the -2. Since the -3 is inside that parentheses being squared, you're just going to have to tack that -2 onto the end. So we're going to get y equals x minus 3 squared minus 2. And this would be our answer for number 5. All right, we've got one more to go. Let's look at number 6. Oops, there we go. So we've got the x equal to the 5th root of y cubed plus 2 and then minus 1. So again, in order to get rid of the 5th root, the -1, which is on the outside, needs to be moved over to the other side of our equation. So we are going to add 1 to both sides. So we're going to get x plus 1 is equal to the 5th root of y cubed plus 2. Again, if we have a 5th root, the opposite is a 5th power. So we're going to raise this to the 5th power. We're going to raise x plus 1 to the 5th power as well. So now we have x plus 1 to the 5th power equal to, and again my root and my power cancel, leaving y cubed plus 2. So now we're going to move the plus 2 so we can get that y cubed by itself, and then minus 2 from both sides. Again, we're just going to tack this onto the end of that x plus 1 to the 5th. So we're going to have x plus 1 to the 5th power minus 2 equals y cubed. We're almost done. Just one more thing to get rid of. We need to get rid of this power of 3. It is a power, so the opposite is a root. So we're going to do the cube root on both sides. Make sure when you do the cube root over here on the left-hand side that you do include every single part of that left-hand side underneath our root. So over here, we're going to root and power are going to cancel. So we get y equals the cube root of x plus 1 to the 5th power minus 2. And this would be our answer for our 6th problem.